afternoon and welcome to Leinster Schools Rugby live on Satanta Sports. Today we bring you the first quarter final, which sees Clongowes Wood up against St Michael's. These schools have had some epic encounters in recent years, possibly none more so than the clash in the incredible final of 2012. I'm John Forrest. Alongside me for expert analysis is former Leinster and Toulouse back row Aidan McCullen. Aidan, the pitch here is perfect. We've seen something unusual today, the two sides warming up on the main pitch.
It's fantastic. It's a credit to the Leinster branch for what they've done here at the pitch. Fantastic. Underneath the fans, watching the guys warm up. Great encounter ahead of us.
Well, we're into the quarter final. They both had an outing. Clongowes had the easy win. St Michael's were pushed all the way. How will that affect their approach today?
The main thing for Clongowes, they've had a very easy first round against a new Castleknock side that's coming into the Senior Cup. The big thing is that Clongowes do not take that to their head and think that they're better than they were. They had a very easy first round. Michael's, on the other hand, they had a harder one, and that will stand to them. But the Clongowes team, a bit fresher coming into this game.
Yeah, the coaches will have to settle them down. They've had a bit of a look at each other on the pitch. Something unusual we see as well in St Michael's, the back row taking their place kicks. You've always said the back rows are the only footballers in a rugby team.
That's because that was the only skill I had, but fantastic. We saw him kicking before the game, really good. From far distance out, getting the kicks over. So as long as he can hold his head today, good to see a back rower flying the flag.
Well, let's take a look at the sides as they line out today. Clongowes Wood first. They go with the 15 that started against Castleknock in the first round. They are captained by John Maloney in the front row, where he is partnered by Nicholas Rinkin and Charlie Carroll. Tim Burke and Daniel O'Mahony provide the power in the second row. Donald Mungy, Sean McCrahan and Will Connors are lively in the loose. Connors with a hat-trick of tries in round one. Ron Osborne and Johnny Glynn are the half-backs, and they have plenty of options behind them, including the 4-try hero Colin Mulcahy at 13. St Michael's came through round one by the skin of their teeth. Max O'Shea came off the bench against St Mary's. He's retained at fullback. Jack Kelly moves to the wing. James Hickey going to 12, and Oisin O'Mara moving out to outside centre. David Duggan, who scored the winning try last time out, partners Robin Cosgrave behind the scrum. James Ryan, captain St Michael's from the heart of the scrum. He's a great asset in the loose. They also have Max Deegan in a very strong backline. The replacements, all the Clongowes replacements, saw some game time here in round one. For St Michael's, only Harry Byrne saw action against St Mary's, so possibly more nerves on the Michael's bench before this game. So Michael's team are out there in a huddle, half in the sunshine, half in the shade, but it's a beautiful sunny afternoon, a little bit chilly at Donnybrook, but they've all gone through a warm-up. It won't affect the hands, and with this perfect playing surface, we should just expect a fantastic game of rugby, Aidan.
Absolutely, and watching both sides warming up, very different styles from both sides. Michael's, you'd imagine, much more tighter team, like to keep it in the pack with the big size and big strength they have in there. Clongowes warming up, you can see the difference in the way they play. They're looking for the offloads, they're looking to create space, and that's going to lead to an interesting encounter, especially on this surface.
Well, there come the Clongowes side out of the Bective Rangers clubhouse at the city end in Donnybrook, getting into a huddle in front of their supporters. Kickoff is coming up in just a few moments.
With niacin and biotin to help release energy from foods. Centrum, the world's #1 multivitamin.
Very welcome back. Clongowes shouting and roaring, their supporters getting right behind them. There's Will Connors. 3 tries, as I mentioned, in the first round against Castleknock. He'll be key for the Clongowes Wood side today. Just getting ready to get underway. Today's match referee is Barry O'Keefe. The sun is low over the stand here. He's going to have to keep his back to us for most of the game to make his viewing easy, Aidan. Just checking with both sides. Really nervous moments for the teams.
Absolutely, this ball obviously going to go high into that sun for the Michael's eyes.
O'Keefe blows the whistle. Game is underway. Good hide on that kick. Well, safely gathered by St Michael's. In the light blue shirts and navy shorts. good rush through there. A good solid clearance, finds a good touch.
Great start by Clongowes as well. It's one of the things, it's a characteristic that's in every single Clongowes team. They work in packs, they work together, their low body position, great kick chase from them, and then into great position to absolutely smash the kick recipient.
Yeah, good field position now. They put pressure on that kick. Earned them 10-15 metres maybe. Good line out ball one. Big Sean McCrohan coming on the burst on that occasion. A little chip towards the corner, that come off fingertips, bouncing over inside the 22. Well gathered. Tackle came in, that was committed. High ball taken back there by Michael Sylvester. Michael's up quickly on Sylvester to make that tackle. John Maloney, the captain, with a burst on that occasion. Just a little slip from McCrohan on that occasion. Michael's in to compete for the ball. And they win the first penalty.
Big moment for Michaels there. And had Clongowes released that, there was space here on this blindside. Great take from Sylvester in first place. Just players getting in over. And on that occasion, Croak doing the damage.
Well, touch not found from the penalty, let off for Clongowes. They come to look to attack from deep. Big hit in midfield as Rowan Osborne attempted to glide through a gap and shut quickly. Johnny Glynn in to take over the scrum half duties. Osborne back on his feet. Is there a little bit of space wide? Kick down the tram lines. Which way is it gonna bounce? Sat up nicely as Michaels got back. Playing a dangerous game inside their 22. Great chase up, great work by Clongowes Wood. They didn't release the player who was tackled. And penalty conceded, just a little bit too much enthusiasm there, Aidan.
Great stuff again though, the kick chase. Fantastic work for the Clongowes team.
Robin Cosgrave right up against the touchline, finds the safety a touch, but no angle really to get distance there.
Absolutely no angle. Here we see, look at this. Great kick.
Yeah, Michael McDermott spotted the space. And he didn't commit himself to make the tackle, but then just couldn't get back to his feet and release in time.
Difficult tackle to make as well when you're coming back like that after a hard chase.
Oh, St. Michael's setting up a good maul here. It's quite stretched out, and that makes it very, very difficult for the defending Clongowes player. They peel away well. Ball being carried at the back there by number 8, Max Deegan. It just drifts further away from the contact once again. Well, now can Clongowes force it across the touchline? No, clever play. Michaels get it away.
Fine.
Good ball protection and support on that occasion. Big tackle, John Maloney coming up to make the tackle behind the gain line. Slows St. Michael's down a little bit. Good work from Samuel Griffin on the ground, the tight head prop there as the ball comes out to Max O'Shea. Again, good tackling, O'Shea under pressure here. Cosgrave and Maloney, Tom Maloney, the wing, just got there for Michaels to protect the ball. St. Michael's pushed back to their own 10-metre line. Griffin again with the pick and drive on that occasion, couldn't find any way through. Duggan spins the ball out, Cosgrave goes to the air. It's hanging up there nicely, brave take by Osborne. It was a good chase by St. Michael's, one man going for the ball, one going for the catcher, and it paid off.
12 release, 12.
Oh, it's fast and furious, early moments to this game. Osborne back to Glynn. Glynn sends it skywards. That's going to find grass and bounce and makes the touchline, though that could have been dangerous.
Very good kick as well, up into that sun. Just the Clongowes commitment in the defence is fantastic. Coming up off the line speed every single time. Look at that ball, can go anywhere on a surface like this.
Jack Kelly and Max O'Shea just perfectly bounced in between them.
We just saw earlier on with that strong Michael's maul. one of the things you need to do when you're maul like that is keep away from the touchline. The touchline is your enemy in that case because it's an extra defender. Got to come in field and then send one of the forwards against the out half, because that takes one of the backs out of the game and that creates an overlap out wide.
Oh, just a short break, knock to the eye. Brian Amara looking on, former teammate of yours, Aidan.
Yeah, Leinster and Munster stalwart. And they don't want to lose Fitzpatrick. It's a double blow with their place kicker gone as well.
Yeah, Jack Dunn going in his place, but Fitzpatrick unexpectedly back quickly.
There's always a danger of being indispensable like that you get stitched up a little too quickly.
Fine. Stay.
It's only the backs that require a local anaesthetic, isn't it? You forwards just give me the needle, I don't care, I'll take the pain.
Stapler, Jonathan.
St. Michael's looking to open up some space in close first and maybe move the ball wide. Have they created room outside?
Release 13.
Tom Maloney with the tackle there. Just to confirm for you, the Fitzpatrick change is a blood substitution. He can come back into the game if he's okay. Cosgrave sees some space behind the Clongowes defence and finds the safety of the touchline.
Good running by Deegan in the centre of the pitch there. He's down at the moment, but good lines of running, and that means he's picking out space and running hard at that space. Much more difficult to defend a player like that. Just a good tackle in there. Again, that Clongowes commitment in defence every single time. And one of the great things about the Clongowes defence, they make the tackle straight back to their feet. There's no admiring the tackle. Straight back, straight into the line again.
Now, medical staff on for Max Deegan, and the back row off already. We'll just take a few minutes just to check. A huge presence for St. Michael's last season. Irish under 19 international. They're just going through final checks. He's back on his feet. Good to see. I think he's okay. Certainly won't want to go off. There's a reversal of the blood substitution. Barry Fitzpatrick is back on. Jack Dunn had his few moments in the action. And Max Deegan is okay to go on as well.
I see Clongowes always a fan of the short line out as well. And maximise. Don't always pick the tallest second rows. They like to go for more rucking side.
Well, they threw to the back. That's to Will Connors. There's no scrum half in there at the moment. That's what caused the delay. Captain Maloney takes over the duties, decides to just pick and go rather than trusting his pass. He has Osborne then now. And the path to his out half was blocked, went to Connors instead. Osborne sucked in the defender, then passed. Good play from him. Michael McDermott getting some go forward ball here. Maloney, the captain, once again, always available. Did he hold on too long? Oh, somebody's boot's gone flying. Connors loitering in midfield, but he was well watched on that occasion. Osborne had to get the ball away. Hit a little bit late by his opposite number.
Tackle, release! Tackle!
Clongowes committing a lot of numbers to clear out and protect the ball. Osborne tries a chip over the top. It's a difficult one. Oh, that's come off a knee. Has it knocked on? It is a knock on. That's worked out nicely. Seemed to go through the hands and onto the leg.
Could have argued that one went back from this angle. Very difficult and great kick because it made him turn, and that's what you got to do. Any young out halves watching, make the back three turn. Make it difficult for them. Don't let the ball bounce in front of them. Don't let them run onto a kick. Make them turn.
Yeah, Kelly just came round a bit as it was dropping. He probably would have been better to just take it coming over his shoulder and keep running backwards. Scrum now on the 22.
A perfect storm of a kick as well, with that really strong sun into that corner.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Well, nobody lined up to attack the blind side. Michaels with the early shove. That gets held in schools rugby. Oh, that was an awkward pass. Just floated away. Scrum half just got the spin slightly wrong, and that one was always drifting away from Johnny Glynn.
A little bit of space just opened up for a second. I think he probably got distracted by that. As Osborne came around the corner, look at that little bit of space for a second. Often a sign of a good out half, thinking about the next thing too early. When he hones that skill, you get even better.
Well, the halfbacks will have a little word. There's Johnny Glynn.
You often see that at this age group, John. You see players with those kind of knock-ons because they're thinking about the next thing and they're taking the pass for granted.
Hold there.
That comes with time.
Well, scrum is being asked to reset here.
Crouch.
David
Bind.
Duggan will roll in.
Sit.
Max Deegan, the St. Michael's number 8, his heels on his own 22, picks to get away. Connors tracked him well.
Winner. Fine.
Good tackle. The ball comes back on the Clongowes side. Is there a chance to go in the corner here? Oh, try-saving tackle comes in. The ball is still there for Clongowes. Connors now driving through, 4 metres short of the line. Presents it well. Osborne goes short to Rinkin. Rinkin, the prop forward, can't make it all the way in. They go this time to McCrohan. And he rolling it across the line. Now there once more for Osborne to his captain Maloney. Stretches for the line, then decides to come back. Couldn't quite make it. Osborne, this time it's a touchdown, is it? Try! Colin Mulcahy gets over for Clongowes. Well, it came for a turnover in dangerous territory. And Clongowes, the fans, get to cheer now. What a well executed, a real team try there, Aidan.
Absolute, and a discipline from every player. Look at that great work. Good work to stay in field as well. A lot of players will be tempted to go that little inch extra, and then it's just patience. Batter away at the line. One of the difficult things for Michaels is they're very tall, very big players, so their body position's much higher.
Well, while we're watching the replay, Clongowes have wasted no time. They've popped over the conversion. That's Mulcahy going over.
One of the things as well, a lot of younger players don't know is you touch the ball off the post or even the padding of the post, that's a try. And it's a tactic that you can use time and time again because you can't defend that. You have players standing either side of it.
There's a quick replay of the conversion going over, straight in front of the posts. So 12 and a half minutes gone in the game. Clongowes have the early lead. Clongowes Wood 7, St. Michael's 0. Ball back to Glynn. Oh, he sliced that kick badly. It's not going to find touch. Bobbles around awkwardly, went forward off of St. Michael's hand. Just a little bit unlucky there for Tom Maloney. And a lead off for Johnny Glynn.
And Clongowes will take a well-deserved break.
Oh, I think that's Mulcahy, the try scorer maybe. There's a competition in the air. Maloney got up well against James Lappin, but just off his fingertips and forward.
Clongowes sides are always so well drilled, and I do believe that having a boarding school, you have that little bit of an extra edge. The guys live together, they eat together, and there's that peer pressure of the beyond school moments as well, beyond training.
Yeah, they had the rugby ball in hand all through the winter time. Yeah,
Absolutely. Even they don't use pillows down there.
Mulcahy okay to take his place back in the centre. The referee will restart the game with this scrum for the knock-on.
It's all right. Yeah.
The referee, just a little quick word to the front rows, wants to get this scrum straight.
Crouch.
Well, scrum was a little bit scrappy forming.
Sit.
This time they go together okay.
Binding your side. You must bind up higher. 3. Must bind
Samuel
up
Griffin
higher.
penalised for his binding there.
Michael's knowing what they're doing there as well. There was a nice little blindside. Winger was back, which means an 8-9 move could have been on down the blind side. and Michaels turned that scrum so that blindside was out of the game.
A lovely touch fan by the left winger Conor Murray, brought across for that left boot to give the easier angle for touch. He's taken play to just outside the 22. Here's a replay of the scrum. Just watch number 3 in the sky blue shirt. He's gone in quite an angle there, straight in front of the referee. No hesitation from Barry O'Keefe, and as a result now Clongowes good field position here. Interesting to see if there's competition here in the line. Had some big jumpers for both sides. Overthrown though. Gavin Cook alert at the base of the scrum. And the kick downfield. Oh, chip and chase. Oh, it's been one. Great chase by Kelly. Mulvihill, a big prop forward, tackle just on halfway. Max Deegan, number 8, with the kick through. The play's coming back for a penalty. Clongowes offside, just about halfway.
Offside here. Didn't go back to hindmost foot.
No, not getting back behind the hindmost foot at that stage. And St. Michael's. Robin Cosgrave puts them into good field position here. Who we just see again. Yeah, there was a long bridge by the Clongowes player there. His teammates didn't see it and came back, and that meant they got up too quickly to St. Michael's. So brilliant refereeing there.
I'd argue you always play the advantage though. Don't kick the ball away.
But the ball has been stolen in the line out, and stolen back by Deegan into the 22. The big number 8, good strength to stay on his feet. Just gives his teammates time to get in support. And St. Michael's 8 metres out. The referee, well, there's an appeal for a penalty for St. Michael's. Did a Clongowes hand, slapped the ball down. We might see the replay of that in a moment, but St. Michael's continue. They have the ball again. Duggan gets the pass away. Clongowes up quickly. Now the hands go up, referee's whistle blows. Scrum to St. Michael's.
New scrum. Knocked on here by a purple hand.
What a burst by Deegan.
Well, he's going back. He's saying it was a knock-on and an accidental knock-on. Here we'll see it. The ball was stolen in the line-out, but then Deegan was onto it really quickly after losing the initial battle in the air. He got onto it quickly, and just watch what happens here after the ruck forms. Duggan was trying to get the ball away. Something comes in to grab the hand. I've often seen penalties blown there, Aidan. Back with a live action. Bursting run from Cosgrave.
Playing advantage.
And again, it's advantage St. Michael's. Deegan, good feet from him, the big number 8. And away they go. Clongowes having to put in tackle after tackle here as Michael sniff out something. The defence is well organised, well across from Clongowes. They've plenty of men there. They'll take a little bit of magic. St. Michael's looking to the narrow side, are they? Well, they go close and drive up the side of the ruck. 3 metres now, pick and go once again. They're just half a metre from the line. And the ball is there. Surely they're going to score here. They just need their composure. They go out to the right-hand side. Is there a space through? Stretch for the line. Just short once again. Barry O'Keefe having a long look at this one. They just need to dive and drive it down. Did it go loose in this time? St. Michael's, well, they banged and banged and banged at the door, and eventually they get in the corner. Great work from all 15 players. Well, it's a great response from St. Michael's. It'll be a difficult conversion attempt. It was just pressure time and time again. Quick hands there. Max O'Shea wasn't able to make the line. Fitzpatrick went and had a little touchdown. David Duggan had an effort, couldn't get it. Well, I think it might have been Rory Mulvihill as the one who came up. But they were lining up for St. Michael's. And now, conversion attempt almost on the touchline. Barry Fitzpatrick, he was popping them over from all sorts of angles in the warm-up, but he was warming up into the Wesley end. This is kicking towards the Bectus post, the Slightly easier side for the left-footed kicker. It's a long, long, long way out. Just got under it slightly.
Very short run up, and he wasn't practicing from out there. He won't be thanking his teammates for pushing him all the way out there for the first kick. But that was coming. Pressure was coming. The size of those Michaels players, that close to the line. The only thing I'd argue is not to have pulled the ball so far back, picking and going as Mulliville eventually got over.
Rory Mulliville receiving some attention while that conversion was being taken. He was the try scorer. Back on his feet. Okay to go on. Glynn gets things underway once again. Deegan, catch and kick. What about that for number 8, Aidan? Beautiful clearance.
A lot of GAA players in this Michaels forward pack. Skip a few steps, don't bother setting up the ruck and letting your out half take it if you can do it yourself.
Yeah, I can see the Dubs coaching staff and the Leinster rugby coaching staff might be competing for Max Deegan's interests when he finishes school. Good clean possession from the line out. Clongowes, quick hands, maybe a little bit too quick. The knock on has been intercepted. Maloney was onto it quickest for St. Michael's. Duggan sweeps it out to Cosgrave. There's a man wide here if they can move it quickly. James Ryan, the captain, kept the ball in hand. Duggan sends St. Michael's down that narrow side just to ask another question wide, open up some space in field maybe. Now comes in field. Short pass popped up to Mulvihill. He does well to keep the ball free and pop up a short pass. Cosgrave once again skips one on the line out to Hickey. Well, there's space here. Lovely little step from Max O'Shea. But the gate closed quickly. And it's advantage here, St. Michael's. Can they get something more than the shot at goal? Ryan, the captain, couldn't find any way through. Got close to the line. They come back for the penalty.
You're off your feet there.
Johnny Glynn not rolling away is the one penalised. There was a follow-up penalty. That's why the referee didn't allow play to go on.
Captain.
Really, Michaels have come into this game. They had numbers there as well if that ball had gone out. Look at this step coming up.
Yeah, had the ball in one hand. That meant he couldn't pass.
Your 10 as well.
Yeah, just after the tackle, Glynn was on the wrong side.
Very hard to roll away when you're in that position. I mean, your head, your body can definitely go away, but if you know there's a try coming, you'll lie there as long as you can, and you'll take the risk of a yellow card.
Well, Colin Mulcahy's getting some attention once again. It's that right knee is causing him the problems. The Clongowes try scorer, they won't want to lose him.
Good. He's genuinely interested, but if he wasn't, good to take a little bit of the sting out of the Michaels attack. Will they go for the corner? This is where they're strong. Stick it in the corner and maul it over.
Well, they're shaping to do that, and they find the touch. So turning down the opportunity to have the pop at goal. Cosgrave has decided to entrust the opportunity to the big men in the pack. They go to Deegan. Now the maul sets up. This is a difficult one for Clongowes to defend. The little change of the point of attack from St. Michael's. They just look too strong. They're banding it in here. Surely and touchdown. Yes, they do indeed. Clongowes really no answer to the big St. Michael's pack when they're that close. And it's the blind side. Barry Fitzpatrick with the touchdown. He'll take the conversion in a moment. And St. Michael's a swift reply to the Clongowes try. 2 tries in very quick succession. Textbook stuff from the training ground.
What's really good about this is the length of the maul. You don't often see this, even at international, even at professional levels. Players having the discipline to be long in the maul, because you cannot. It's very, very difficult to pull that. If the maul is wide with players side by side, and often you see this where they set up with 3s or 4s wide, much easier to take that down. But when it's very long like that, very, very difficult, and all the strength is concentrated at one point. Physics at its best.
David Duggan, scrum half, was doing great work directing the traffic. So when they got close to the line and they got a bit sideways. order the breakaway. Here comes the conversion attempt. Is it going to curl around? It's been stripped nicely. It didn't curl just quite enough.
He's not connecting with those the same as he did before the game.
Well, it's a 3-point game as we go into the final 10 minutes of the first half. Clongowes 7, St. Michael's 10. Try from Barry Fitzpatrick. Clongowes want to get back into the game here. They maybe don't have to get the next score, but it'd certainly be a blow to their confidence if St. Michael's score quickly again.
You can see the varying styles in both these sides. One of the things, and notice this in the warm-up as well. Clongowes tend to play very flat players looking for the offload, where Michael's line up very deep, and you can see the Brian O'Mara influence there. Players coming really deep, coming onto the ball. You saw the back line as well. Players coming from very deep, and the forwards peppered along the back line.
Well, that one was a bit too long for Max Deegan to get to, and the resulting clearance sliced a little bit. We've still got good distance on it, almost to the 10-metre line.
Okay, middle here.
Jack Kelly was underneath that line out for Clongowes, coming up inside the St. Michael's 10-metre line. Clongowes line out very solid so far in the first half. And winning it again, Daniel O'Mahony in the second row. Good take from him. Quick hands now. There's extra men wide here. Oh, the little slip. Did a tap tackle come in from Hickey? Snuffed out that attack. Flat pass. Brilliant hands from Connors. This is the captain, Maloney. Great response from Clongowes now. Can they turn it into something more? And Maloney just got isolated, holding onto the ball. It was a brilliant effort to come in for the steal. Maloney didn't release. And that's the penalty and a chance to clear here. It's a long way to the touchline though.
Almost too far. When you find yourself running away from everybody like that, you got to either slow up or take an extra roll. That semi-second, that split second that you do on a roll lets players get there and support you. And we'll see it here again. And look at that little foot tap. Made all the difference because there was numbers outside him. And this brilliant play here. Look, lovely flat pass on the offload. Maloney gets away.
Yeah, great work by Hickey. Trusted his teammate Robin Cosgrave to make the tackle and waited for the poach and won it. St. Michael's win the ball from the line out. Kelly once again in from the right wing. Good work from him. Support comes to drive him over the ball, so it's easier for the scrum half to get to. Was that one forward? The referee, I think, had a little glance to his touch judge. They've decided it was flat. Almost a steal there by Clongowes, but Michael's affected the clear out.
Free release.
Gavin Cook tackled as he crossed the halfway line. Cosgrave had a little look as if he was shaping to maybe kick. Great play by Connors to get across and win the tackle there. Good turnover for Clongowes. Michael's up really quickly. This time the ball carrier, even though he was isolated. Well, it wasn't a penalty poach on this occasion, but the ball has been stolen. Cosgrave gets it away. Fitzpatrick took the tackle, got the ball out to Maloney, who spins out of one tackle. Just brought to the ground by Sean McCrohan. Deegan coming at pace there, brilliantly brought to ground by Daniel O'Mahony. He had support in the tackle. The ball is there for St. Michael's. Duggan just struggling to get it out a little bit. Osborne is opposite number, making a little bit of a nuisance for himself. Now the ball comes out. Mulvihill was waiting flat. Once another boot flies out of the ruck. Oisin Dowling this time with the carry, straight into tackles. Deegan slips inside one tackle, gets the ball away one-handed. His fullback Max O'Shea was in support. Crunching tackle comes in. Cosgrave now looking for support, couldn't get it away one-handed. Surely that's gone forward. Turnover anyway, advantage for the knock-on. Osborne tried to sneak through the gap. Well tackled by James Ryan. Johnny Glynn just having a look at his options, decides to box kick. Down the tram lines, hanging up there for quite a while. Tom Maloney kept his eye on it, looks to counter-attack. Well tackled by James Lappin. Clongowes very, very good on the chase. St. Michael's pushed back almost to their 22. Ryan comes away with the ball. The tackle came in low. He couldn't make any progress. Gavin Barrett with the pick and drive, the St. Michael's hooker. And now Duggan there gets the ball away to his outside half. Cosgrave kicks crossfield a little bit. Oh, that's created an opportunity to counter-attack. Good footwork. Got through the tackles but couldn't get away. Clongowes come driving down the line. Clongowes are going to get in for the try. Great response. Barry O'Keefe awards the try. Brilliant endeavour. Slightly loose kick created the opportunity, but Clongowes, it wasn't a... They had a lot of work to do from there. The Clongowes supporters on their feet once again, and Clongowes snatched the lead back.
We'll have a look at it here again. This loose kick, look at this. No real chase behind it. And a great footwork by Sylvester. Look at this, just almost gets through, but has the discipline for that roll we talked about. Bottom, valuable split second. And then that flat play in Osborne. That's the exact varying styles we talked about. Clongowes playing a very flat passing game. Michaels in stark contrast, playing a very deep passing game.
Yeah, great work by McDermott and Osborne to create the space. Oh, 2 points between the sides. Can Johnny Glynn stretch that to 4? And the ball just falls off the kicking tee.
It's great to see the two teams playing totally different styles and being so well matched in the game like this.
Here comes the kick from Glynn. Oh, he struck it well. Plenty of distance, all right, but didn't quite have the direction away to the left-hand side. But I wonder, Clongowes had the advantage. They've both seen each other play, of course. Clongowes probably learnt more watching St. Mary's against St. Michael's and how Mary's dealt with this big pack.
When you can see the weakness in another side, of course there was no weakness exposed in Clongowes against Castleknock at all, but Michael's some exposure to weaknesses. And just going back to that work, Sylvester, fantastic work with that extra roll. Sylvester only a fourth year, being an ex-Michael student as well. Big day for him.
Clongowes are making a change here. It's a blood substitution. Patrick Nulty coming on for Sean McCrohan.
Wait for him for a second. Okay, now when you're ready.
Well, it's time for a little bit more action. That's a great take and a great drop off. In fairness, just went the bare 10 metres. But Will Connors read the danger well. It was a great take. Good clearance. Max Deegan is back there. Little shout to kick.
Release.
And we've seen what a good right boot he has. So the shape to kick does suck in the defender. Shrill blast to the whistle here from the referee. Penalty, St. Michael's. Tip tackle, I think.
That's why it's just a penalty. Dangerous tackle, be very careful.
I think Johnny Maloney was arguing his innocence there, but the referee decided it was just a penalty. There was no further sanction required as Robin Cosgrave punts that into touch past halfway.
Dangerous moments now as well. Really good platform.
Here we'll see that penalty. Yeah, just the went in with a low body position and then his feet got lifted above his head.
Really good platform here now for Michaels, and look at the depth in that back line.
And Michaels win the possession at their own line out.
10 release.
Need concentration now from Clongowes. It'll be a bit of a disaster for them to concede a score here. They want to go in ahead in the break. Little block down, foot block down. Oh, shoulder off the ball. That's okay. Great work by Michael McDermott. The ball has come loose. Knock on. Scrum for St. Michael's.
McDermott did very, very well.
Oh, Colin Mulcahy looks like he's in a little bit of difficulty here. Will he make it to half time?
He's been in the wars since the very, very early moments. It's really bravery. And now you got to make a decision. If you want him for the rest of the campaign, got to take him off, got to mind him, going to rest that knee.
Yeah, he's had treatment on that right knee. Then they put on some strapping. He's had a tension since that went on. And he's going to go off here. It was great work by McDermott. Got back to his feet. The tackle came in. I don't know if the surface is catching his studs or something here is causing him a problem.
Surface can for a big man, this surface can be a bit damaging for knees, ankles, that kind of thing. You need to be used to it to play on a long period of time.
Fionn Madden is on in his place. Play restarts with the scrum. Deegan away from the base of the scrum once again. Only got away from Donal Mungy, but he couldn't get away from Johnny Glynn. Cosgrave moves the ball on. Oisín O'Meara tackled in midfield, protects the ball well. Duggan changes the direction here. Mulvihill did well to move the ball on. Out wide is Gavin Barrett. Duggan helping to get the ball back with his boot. Deegan on that occasion couldn't find his way through. Duggan fizzes the ball out. Cosgrave skips one in the line. Fitzpatrick got it away too quickly. It looked like it might have been a knock on. Oisín O'Meara reacted really quickly. Stopped the ball hitting the pitch. Once the man who fumbles gathers, there's no knock on unless it hits the pitch or another player. That's bouncing around. It went forward and then was played. I'm not sure about this. I think Glynn came from deep here. Or did it come off a hand? We may see the replay.
Came off his shoulder on this one. Look at this. Bang off the shoulder and then he's in front. Oh, you're right. No, he is in front.
Yeah. That was 21, Fionn Madden, who came from deep on that occasion.
It's very difficult not to take those balls because you feel the opposition's going to get it. You feel you're going to be under pressure.
Oh, they failed to find touch here at a key moment in the game. Clongowes drill the ball long. That's gone straight to touch though. So the error repeated, an error on both sides. Gives St. Michael's the line out in the position they were hoping for a moment ago. A rush of adrenaline there for Michael McDermott.
It was the right decision, just badly executed.
So St. Michael's line out, have they a chance to get a score before the break? Oh, they're going for the maul once again. And again, it's a good long deep maul. The ball carrier so far back from the Clongowes team. Oh, Clongowes have got a man through here, almost, have they? Just getting onto Deegan's shirt. That means Deegan can't peel away himself. Cosgrave moves the ball on, little bit of space. Oh, lovely break by Oisín O'Meara. Again, does so well to keep the ball alive. Little pop-up pass to Oisín Dowling. Duggan to Cosgrave, almost an intercept there. Deegan taken as he received the ball, just went forward slightly on the ground. Barry O'Keefe perfectly placed. It means a lot to the Clongowes supporters. That brings the half-time whistle. Oh, it's been a fascinating battle here, Aidan.
Absolutely, and that is a lesson for any players watching. No matter how big the man, take him around the ankles. Great tackle and great way to finish the half.
Well, it's been a great first half here at Donnybrook. 2 tries apiece, half-time score. Clongowes 12, St. Michael's 10.
Coverage brought to you by IG, creating opportunity.
The Champions Cup, Saturday, 4th of April, only on the Setanta Sports Pack. We're down to the last 8 in Europe as Leinster aim for a semi-final place.
Here's the score. The men in blue are back.
But Mike Ford's Bath team stand in their way of a place in the last 4.
What a time to score it.
Leinster versus Bath, Saturday, 4th of April, exclusively live on the Setanta Sports Pack.
If we have an overwhelming desire to explore, perhaps the reason lies in our DNA. But before you can act on the urge to explore, you'll need the tools to make that exploration possible. Introducing the versatile new Land Rover Discovery Sport from €37,100. New Discovery Sport. Adventure. It's in our DNA.
With calcium, magnesium and vitamin D to support normal muscle function. Centrum, the world's #1 multivitamin.
Convert your financial dreams into reality with Friends First. We know what matters to our customers and when it matters. Friends First offer a wide variety of first-rate financial products designed to suit all your needs. Line out with a team you can trust. As part of ACMEA, a pan-European group with over 13 million customers in 7 countries, Friends First is in the perfect position to offer long-term financial solutions and great value to all our customers. Ask your financial broker advisor about Friends First today.
Psst, looking for the best quote in home and car insurance? Make your best call. Call bestquote.ie. Bestquote.ie.
Point Village on Ice is back. Our indoor ice skating rink is conveniently located beside the 3 Arena. It's near the Lewis and large underground parking. It's a great fun day out for the whole family, with skating lessons available for beginners. For the adventurous, there's our ice hockey sessions. Need to catch your breath? Then relax at our ice cafe. Time to get your skates on and visit www.pointvillageonice.ie for more details.
For the next step on your education journey, Stillorgan College of Further Education offers courses in digital film, web design, animation, gaming, journalism, art, photography, multimedia, tourism, and many other courses designed to give you the essential skills for today's jobs. Our QQI certified courses also offer a route to many degree courses in universities and institutes of technology through the Higher Education Links scheme. Whether you're looking to upskill, retrain, or progress to further studies, Stillorgan College is your one-stop shop. Enroll now at stillorgancollege.ie.
Hugo man.
And new Hugo woman.
The ultimate boys rugby summer camp. 16 years in operation. Recommended by professional stars Luke Fitzgerald, JJ Hanrahan and many others. There's French lessons, surfing, sailing, hiking and conditioning. All part of the trip of a lifetime. If rugby is your passion and you want to improve no matter what your level, visit our website rugbyandfrench.com.
Introducing the Expressway Seat Sale on more than 20 major routes for just €8 one way. Buy your ticket online before February 22nd.
There is absolutely no joy to be found in meanness. And I think an awful lot of people confuse what I do with penny pinching. But the reality is, it's about spending your money more carefully and then using the savings to do whatever it is that you want to do. Sometimes it's about informing people, about entertaining them, and sometimes it's about helping people.
Coverage brought to you by IG. Creating opportunity.
You're very welcome back. Second half will start in a few moments. The sides have both gone to the changing rooms for the half-time break. It's been a fascinating encounter so far. Aidan McCullen is with me. 4 tries, and they're still very tight.
Very tight, and we were commenting on how the vastly different styles of both sides, both physically, but also how they play. Clongowes playing this really tight, really in-your-face game, and Michael's much different Michael's size than previous years. I have to say, you can see the Brian O'Mara influence in the side. You can see a lot of forwards in the back line looking for the offloads, running good lines, sucking defenders in and then getting the ball around, and Max Deegan having a great game, having a massive influence on this game today.
Well, St. Michael's are the first side out. The Clongowes Wood supporters, hands in the air, waiting for their side to make their way out. I have a feeling now that Michael's are out, Clongowes may just choose to leave them wait a little while,
as they did in the first half. Why not? And it takes a little bit of sting out of your tail. You're coming straight out of the change room, a little bit of a chat just before you go out, and then you go out and you have to wait, and it just takes that little edge away.
Well, St. Michael's will know what they have to do. They trailed by 2 points at half-time in round 1. They're 2 points behind here. Here comes their opposition, Clongowes Wood. It's really a case for the two sides. It's back to 0-0, 40-minute game, or 35-minute game now.
And this is where having that easier first round may pay off for Clongowes. A little bit of a bit more freshness in the legs.
Well, there's one of the try scorers for Clongowes, Rowan Osborne. I think we've heard there's one change in the St. Michael side. And It's at outside half. Robin Cosgrave replaced by Harry Byrne. Harry Byrne did come into the action in the first round game as well. So St. Michael's will get the second half underway. And can the two sides just keep the intensity that they had in the first? Gathered by Daniel O'Mahony. Michael's up quickly with big hits. Osborne taking his time just to steady himself, goes with the box kick. Deegan is underneath it, good feel by him. Oh, there's too much height advantage over Conor Murray, and the ball eventually bundled across the touchline.
Really good work again, Clongowes. What we expect, coming up as a team, bundling Deegan into touch. And that's a really good return from a kick, getting the line out of it. Exactly what you want.
Clongowes line out. Their captain, John Maloney, making sure the ball is absolutely perfectly dry. Just 5 in the line. Bit of chopping and changing. They throw towards the back. It's been stolen by St. Michael's. Gathered up by their hooker, Gavin Barrett.
Hold.
Duggan gets the ball away to Max Deegan. Now it's into a little bit of space opening up. A lovely pass. It was just perfectly flat. Michael's on the attack. Up to the 22. Has that got a touch? The touch judge's flag is up. A beautiful break out wide by St. Michael's, showing intent early.
Great track in the back there by John Glynn. Out half from Clongowes.
Just inside, Tom, right?
So another line out now for Clongowes, but this time deeper inside their own territory. St. Michael supporters reacting well to the endeavour of their teammate, or the team they're supporting. Good win in the line out by Tim Burke. A bursting run and drive coming from Clongowes, getting away from their 22. Osborne goes flat to Burke, who won the ball in the line out. Well, Michaels are competing hard for the ball on the ground there. Clongowes have had to commit a lot of numbers to it here. Option to kick is the only one really for Glynn, and it's sliced badly off the outside of the boot, but it went out of play at least this time.
You know, a lot of the criticism comes down to somebody like Glynn in a case like that. That comes from that really slow ruck, and that's from a player going off, being isolated on his own, and the ball coming back very, very slowly, puts a lot of pressure on a 10.
Yeah, there was a man rushing as well, and he catch the corner of your eye. So on the 22, the Clongowes 22 now. Gavin Barrett to throw for St. Michael's. And they've got a chance to use the full width of the pitch here. Jack Kelly is loitering wide on the right, out of your picture. Got an error in the line out, concedes the penalty. Soft concession of possession.
Well, first he give it, then he take it away. And again, great pressure in the lineouts from both sides. They're not lying down, they're not letting the opposition have the ball. And that's been a characteristic throughout the whole game of both sides. They're working off the ball as much as they are on it.
Here you see it again. It was stolen by Deegan. And then players coming in from the wrong side. Conor Murray has found a good touch here. Well, St. Michael's get up and compete, and they win possession.
Tackler away, 4.
Good ball presentation once again. Fitzpatrick was waiting
off your feet, Purple.
As he created a bit of space. Byrne moving the ball on, it's gone loose. Well, is there an opportunity to counter-attack here? Great little break by Lappin, looking to see could he line up some of the forwards to race at and use his pace. Osborne is kicked cross field, taken by Harry Byrne, read the danger well. Will Connor's attempting to do some counter-rucking there.
Attack the road.
Gavin Cook on that occasion, the ball squirts out the side, hacked downfield, gathered on the bounce. Now Clongowes counter-attacking from deep. It's a full-back Max O'Shea, who's well tackled. Michaels a little bit slow to get back. Osborne gets his pass away. Well, there's a competition for the ball there. All the bodies piled to ground as they're coming back on the Clongowes side. There it is. Osborne goes to Connors, almost gets through the gap, rolls back to his feet. The ball ripped in the tackle. Has it gone forward? The referee shouted advantage, turnover ball. That'll be advantage over for the knock-on. O'Shea is back there, sizing up his options. There's Michael Sylvester. That's Max O'Shea, confusing the two fullbacks, my apologies. O'Shea countering, well tackled though, close to that touchline. It's end-to-end stuff, Aidan. Well, the two sides will be gasping for breath out there. Mulvihill, the try scorer, one of the try scorers for St. Michael's, Feld a few metres shy of his own 10-metre line. Cook providing a bit of protection. The ball goes back to Byrne.
No advantage offside here on the blind side.
Yeah, no advantage accruing to St. Michael's. Clongowes had crept offside.
Blind side here is gone in. We'll stay behind the high
A great break earlier on by Connors. You see it here. Look at that line of running. Ball in one hand. Gotta get that ball back. Once sometimes you drop your hand to get the handoff away, but then get the ball straight back to two hands. Very difficult. The only times you have that ball in one hand is on the handoff, or if you're holding a player off to get an offload away. Always try and get the ball back to two hands, because even when you drop and you have the ball in one hand, it can easily squirt out. Come off, your elbow usually hits the ground and the ball will squirt out. But great line of running by Will Connors.
Will Connors just receiving some attention there. His captain John Maloney was up to make sure he was okay. Just want some strapping from the knee. Some of the anxious replacements watching on, wondering will they get their chance.
Been really impressed though by the running lines of both players. By that, what we mean is players running into space and the 9s or 10s picking them out, putting the ball in front of them to run onto the ball, and that's when you get offloads, and that's when you get beautiful line breaks, because they're becoming more and more rare from natural play, because teams are so well versed and so well disciplined in defence that it needs a little bit of playmaking.
Clongowes supporters are in fine voice, and why not? They lead by 2 points. Clongowes will be happier. They've weathered a storm that they would have expected from the break. Haven't conceded a score.
Like, absolutely, Michaels are favourites for this Senior Cup, and the longer Clongowes against the favourite, the longer the underdog stays in the game, the more doubt creeps into the favourite's mind, because they will know that their favourites tag's out there. That's the difficulty. It's in papers, it's everywhere. They will hear it, and no matter how you want to stay away from the media and away from the press and away the word of mouth, you will hear that you're the favourites tag, and Clongowes will absolutely love that and stay in this game. And the injuries, every time there's a little bit of a wind in the sails for Michaels, there should be a break in play on the Clongowes side.
Well, Will Connors is okay to continue. Daniel O'Mahony gets back to his feet as well. He's okay as well. Play will restart with the penalty for St. Michael's. There seems to be a lot of attention. The two that were down there, it was their knees. Colin Mulcahy, we've seen, has gone off. I just wonder whether the surface is taking it out of the players. It's going to be a little bit harder on the joints as that fan touch. It's been kept in play, it then bobbles away. No call was the problem there. Two Clongowes players going for the ball in the air. It was a brave effort. It's cost them maybe 10 metres or so, but St. Michael's now, look at this, line out, 8 or 10 metres out. With the powerful pack, here comes the maul, I think.
Absolutely.
One by Deegan. They just had to get the throw and catch straight. Well, Clongowes have an answer here, driving St. Michael's backwards. And here comes the power from the men in blue. Have they got through to the ball carrier? Great work by Clongowes. Maloney puts in the tackle. Fitzpatrick with a pick. He's tackled by Tim Burke. And now the ball moved into midfield, a little bit of confusion, and the ball hacked downfield. We're going to have a foot race here. McDermott gets a boot to it as well. There's Clongowes players here. Where's it going to go? Pick it up now. Was that a little fumble forward? Oh, it was just a couple of inches, but it's a knock-on all the same, and the chance slips away.
Big moment, that. Big moment from that maul. A big moment for the little fumble. It was lovely. Just didn't execute it right. And that absolutely big moment in the game.
And the ball just rolling away. Dermot almost got a boot to it. There was the chance.
A lot of pressure. Very difficult to pick the ball when you're standing right over it like that as well. With a lot of players, a lot of traffic around you. Nice blind side here for Michaels if they choose to use it.
Yeah, just creeping up too close.
Yeah, Jack Kelly will be up against Conor Murray if they come to the blind side.
Murray's well onto it now. Blind side, Will Connors needs to be wide awake. Hopefully that knee is not too serious and he can get off this blind side if needs be.
She seems to be binding in the scrum a little bit awkwardly, protecting that left leg. Here they come to the narrow side. Deegan with a little chip down the tram lines. Sylvester, stepped by him but stepped into two big men. The ball is held up. David Duggan is battling to try and rip it loose. Clongowes keep it moving forward. Now the bodies for the ground, brings the whistle. Good turnover from Clongowes.
Very difficult for Sylvester. Not much teammates with him. Held up by the two big men, Deegan and Wright.
Here you just see it again. Jack Kelly was in helping as well. Duggan couldn't rip the ball loose, but it resulted in a turnover. Duggan to roll in. Just watch Max Deegan, number 8 here. Will he pick and go once again? Ball is there, no. A little reverse move, looking for Kelly coming in off the wing. Straight into Johnny Glynn. Glynn does well to put the winger down. Was that one forward? It was flat. The referee had a long look at it. He's been a little bit lenient on those ones today, but he's doing it for both sides. Duggan waits, changes the direction here. Byrne goes to Deegan again in midfield. Well watched on this occasion. Good support comes in. Deegan did well to stay on his feet, get the support there. Sheen O'Mara bounces off one tackle, but then he's hauled to the ground. The ball a little bit slow coming back to Duggan. Goes to Byrne once again, now to Ryan, the captain.
No hands, purple, no hands. Ball is there.
Clongowes thought they might get their hands on the ball, and they've come through illegally. Penalty, and well, it's a different thing when play is going on, but Fitzpatrick was popping them over handy enough from here in the warm-up.
It's a pity. Will Connors very disciplined earlier on. He had his hands on the ball originally, listened to the referee, and then his teammate McCrowan just that little bit too tempted to come through on that ball.
Well, they've had a little bit of a huddle, a little bit of a chat, and they're going to go for the posts. I think it's the right decision.
Yeah, they need to show points. They possibly coughed up some early points from that maul earlier on when Clongowes turned it over. We see McCrowan coming straight through here. You're so tempted to go for those balls, but you just have to listen to the referee. It's so up to the referee. I know the rules are rules, but referees can read them slightly differently.
I suppose you can't come through and take the scrum half before the scrum half has the ball is his problem, because the scrum half's not in the ruck. So, well, we talked about Fitzpatrick, his shots at goal, but he's not having the kick here. Change in kicking duty for St. Michael's. On the angle, it's out close to 40 metres. Kick is sent on its way. Oh, that's a beautiful strike. Well, Fitzpatrick was making those look easy. The substitute, Harry Byrne, made it look even easier. That's a cracking penalty, and it gets its reward for St. Michael's, and they have their noses in front. That's a huge kick in the context of this game.
Absolutely. It needed something from Michaels to get them back into the game.
Time for deep breaths from St. Michael's. Clongowes 12, St. Michael's 13. Just gather the restart. Clear downfield. Glynn goes low, an awkward skiddy one. And the clearance hasn't found touch. Gathered by Osborne, the scrum half. Infield to McCrohan. Oh, how eager will he be to make amends? for the penalty concession. It was a tricky one for Glynn to take as he found space in the corner. Deep into the 22. Chase up, half block down. Ball is bobbling around. Osborne the first to it. He's Connors inside. Chooses to try the little grubber kick through. Just got a little bit too much on it. Harry Byrne, just the ball. Well, he did well to dance out of trouble, but the ball was dislodged, so it's a knock-on advantage if nothing more comes of it. Here's McCrohan. Back into all the St. Michael's traffic. Clongowes, only opportunities are out left. They go to Connors, their big ball carrier. Has he managed to hold on to it and protect possession? Just about. St. Michael's told to take their hands off the Clongowes scrum half, and wisely they do so. Maloney, the captain, receives the pass on his shoulder. Donald Mungie. St. Michael's now, first time they've really had to do some defending since the half-time break. Under pressure was Osborne. The ball scoots back. Sylvester comes around. The fullback, can he slide through a tackle? Gets through one, can't get through a second. Glynn in support, under an awful lot of pressure. Tries a Hail Mary kick into the 22. Which way is it going to bounce? Back there, well tidied up by O'Shea, but he's sacked in goal. 5-metre scrum.
That is brilliant work by Clongowes. Sylvester under all types of pressure, pumps the ball up to his out half, and that was a brilliant kick by the out half, relieving all pressure, putting it right back on St. Michael's, and what a result. 5-metre scrum.
The referee just wants a word with some of the players.
Okay, don't get involved off the ball, okay? Still the same scrum, carry that over your line and ground is and then go. Scrum 5 is half.
Yeah, just wisely telling the players to calm down, nothing much in it maybe.
Prevention's better than cure. Look at this, great pressure. All of them, seen it all day.
Yeah, it was Ashinamara throwing his body down on top of Glynn. Johnny Glynn did well, he was the one who kicked, and he was the second man up to make that important tackle. What have Clongowes got from the scrum? They're usually really, really well organised. They'll have, as you say, in boarding school, they will have trained all year. They'll have something here, I'd say.
Now a little blindside move. They obviously don't have similar power, but they're so tight in that scrum. It's not all about size at scrum time, it's about technique.
Yeah, well, look at that. It's an interesting shape up here. Anything can happen.
Blind.
They can go blindside with 3 or 4 here.
Love to see that blindside unlocked.
Stay on, 9.
Oh, they're sliding inside. Here it comes.
Attack the way, Blue.
Lappin was in off the wing.
Stay on.
The ball is there for Osborne. Clongowes just short of the line. They dive in underneath. Just held up short. Osborne threw his arms in the air as if the try was there. They line up once again. Maloney goes sideways to change the point of attack. Couldn't find his way through. Here come Clongowes once again. Nulty on that occasion. The ball goes a little bit wider. St. Michael's rushing a drift defence across.
Hitter step.
And here come Clongowes once again. Connors offering the protection on that occasion. They come back infield. St. Michael's have the defence a little bit better organised on this occasion. The ball not coming back. It's another scrum. Force Clongowes on the 5-metre line.
What a game and what competition from both sides. The speed, the leg speed, the speed up in defence. Fantastic from both sides. And you know what's one of the best things? Neither side actually looks tired yet. So well drilled, so fit.
Well, an awful lot of times you see Fitzpatrick was lying on the wrong side there. It wasn't pinged, it was just a scrum. The referee, I'm sure, it's right on the side. Well, he'll know whether Fitzpatrick was making a genuine effort to get away. The decision is a scrum. 2 sets of forwards just getting a time to catch their breath.
Now where Clongowes have a slight advantage is speed getting around to ruck, from ruck to ruck. So if they were to go right here, going open, and then send forwards around and around, they will have the advantage because they are quicker at that phase play.
They have Conor Murray available on the blind side.
No. Don't become now.
Well, referee not happy with the scrum set.
Okay? Hold the push on your side and take the hit here as well, okay?
Michael's wheeling that scrum the way they want. They want this scrum slightly facing towards the touchline, which takes away the advantage from the open side.
Osborne rolls in. There's a chance for a pick and go here. It's worked out nicely. Macron might have been better to get the pass away. Set up a good opportunity though. Osborne, little step, and then the pop-up pass to Mungie. Can Clongowes drive him over the line and get the ball down there across the line? The referee says held up.
Scrum 5.
Scrum 5 once again. Now opportunities both sides.
Needle in a haystack stuff there. A great pick by McCrow, and he did really well. Despite that Michael's turn, they wanted to squeal the scrum, but McCrow did very, very well and did really well to place this ball. Look at that ball placement. Just the pack didn't come with them. We talked about that. That's where Clongowes are usually good, but they all stayed for that ball to come back the blind side.
Yeah, and the pile of bodies in the in-goal area. No way for the referee to judge if that was granted. And from the reactions of all the players, I doubt it was.
Difficult scrum to defend this one. Both sides of the pitch open up for you.
Yeah, 8, 9, 11 move is on. If they wish to go that way. They're going the other direction though. Little pop pass back in from the wing once again is Lappin. He couldn't dance his way through. Connors took 3 men to stop him. Quick clear out comes. Clongowes go right once again.
Blue release 14.
Just 6 metres out from that try line. Connors waits. 3 tries in the first round. Couldn't find a way through on that occasion. Sits it up. Osborne has a little bit of a look. Goes to Glynn. Just getting a little bit untidy in attack for Clongowes here. Can they set up a clear platform this time? Osborne passes once again.
7 blue.
And again, the defence holds firm. Osborne goes a little bit wider this time. Is there space here? Oh, great tackle from Kelly. Held on to McDermott. Osborne is screaming for the ball to come back. It's there for him now, but Michaels have slowed it down well once again.
Blue away. Blue hands.
Great competition for the ball. Osborne gets it away once again. Osborne found Connors, who was lined up by 2 men. Rowan Osborne takes a little run cross field. Is that going to open the space? Pulls it wide. Here's the try. Brilliant work by Osborne and a fantastic finish. Well, the scrum half created the space there. I thought he'd taken too much out of it. But well finished, and Clongowes, what a response. And they had to get a score from all that pressure. If Michaels had held them out, it was as good as a score for the Michaels. Watch it here again.
And look at Osborne, look at him stepping into the line, drawing players out of the line. That is absolute key and beautiful to see a blocker play.
Well, James Lappin, they've brought him into the attack several times as the ball carrier in all the build up to that, and eventually he gets his reward. And Clongowes noses in front once again. An opportunity with the conversion to stretch it to 6 points.
And what Osborne's doing there, he's running across, he's teasing defenders to come and take him, and that hovering like that really threatens the line of defence.
Here's the conversion from Glynn, who struck it nicely. It's over, and that could be a vital kick. Suddenly in defence now, the try scored wide isn't such a threat. With a 6-point lead, Clongowes need a conversion following a try or 2 penalties to get level.
It's really brilliant play by Osborne, because what he's doing is making players tempt them out of defence. Once they break the line, that's where he gives the pass. And then we saw that beautiful blocker play. Great try.
Conversion by James Glynn of the try means it's 19-13. Tim Burke has just gone off as a blood substitution. Shrill blast of the whistle there. Oh, Barry O'Keefe thinks a penalty is enough.
It's a real double blow, that, just after giving away a try and taking a penalty straight away, and then it's your line out of course straight off the penalty.
Oh, there you see the replay of it. I think it was Connors was the one who went up to make the catch. St. Michael's have made a change as well. Max O'Shea is off.
It's The real test of champions, this. When you're the favourite, when you're behind, what do you do? What does your character say?
Well, the first thing is to steal ball in the line-out. They've done well. And waiting at the back was Gavin Barrett. He's picked up some good ball for St. Michael's there. Byrne. Great pass from him, great speed on it. The Clongowes defence right in the faces of St. Michael's here. The clock ticks past 60 minutes. Byrne, great flat pass to Deegan, steps out of one tackle, steps out of another. This is where he's so dangerous. Brilliant chase, tackle back by Dunn, the substitute. Now can Michaels put the pressure here? They have an extra man wide. Hickey held onto the ball, tried to glide through a gap. That sucked in the defenders. There's space left this time for Michaels. Cook dragged down just outside the 22. Duggan gets it away once again. Byrne moves it on. Fitzpatrick is out there. He's had a brilliant game. The back rows for both sides have had huge games.
5 release.
St. Michael's pressing outside that 22. That's an awkward ball. Sensible thing to do, play it with the foot. Means there's no risk of the knock on. A little bit of a dummy run there with the Clongowes defence read the situation well. They're competing for the ball. Well, the Clongowes support were roaring for a penalty there for holding on. Here comes the St. Michael's hooker, Barrett. Duggan away to Byrne. Byrne moves it on again. Quick hands from Fitzpatrick to Deegan. Deegan again, look at that for strength. Keeps the ball alive. Fitzpatrick came in support, but the ball's gone forward. And a lot of pressure for St. Michael's there, but it ball winds up with nothing. But they're beginning to burst a few holes in the Clongowes defence, Aidan.
It's that man again, Deegan. We talked about picking lines in defence. Look at this. Here it is. Look at that step. And then the power comes, the out, the handoff. That's what we're talking about. That's when you have the ball in one hand for the handoff and then for the offload. Fantastic run though in the first instance when he broke through, just running at the space, and then it's up to the 9 and 10 to pick out that player, and that man was excellent at it, always picking out runners, putting them into space. It's about the passer as much as about the runner.
Samuel Griffin getting back to his feet and to stretch the muscles in both legs. Oh, it's a big ask now for St. Michael's. They trail by 6 here. They need a converted try.
Good time to have an injury as well. Wind in the sails for Michael. Time to take it out a bit.
John Maloney, the captain. You're not suggesting he's not really hurt, Aidan?
Captains are clever.
Well, the Clongowes support there you saw looking on, beginning to look a little bit worried. But late in the game, under the final 10 minutes, the clock isn't being stopped with the referee, so this will go a little bit past 70 minutes.
The main thing for Michaels is not to panic, because when you start to panic, you start to do things you're not used to doing. You're not part of the game plan, and that's where the risk comes, and that's where the turnovers come in, and that's where the intercept tries come in.
Well, they believed against St. Mary's, and it paid off. Is there going to be a late escape for St. Michael's again? Oh, there's a chance here. It looked like awkward crossing, but I think the player was already in the tackle. This is a little bit unlucky, I think.
Very unlucky, because it wasn't actually a purposeful block. What you have sometimes is blockers coming and actually taking men out. But here McCrone just ran across, didn't touch anybody. If he takes a player out, yes indeed, but he didn't take anybody out.
Well, a let off here for Clongowes. St. Michael's turned down the opportunity of the 3 points. And the ball's gone dead. They failed to find touch.
That's what I was saying about not panicking. Stick to the game plan, stick to the knitting, stick to what you know.
They're taking the scrum.
Yeah, scrum on the 22-metre line. What were St. Michael's thinking? Take the 3 points maybe. Gets them back within 3. Any score after that.
Especially after the kick Harry Byrne nailed not 10 minutes ago.
Well, it's easy with hindsight now that they failed to find the corner. I mean, they'll back their Back their pack from a line out to maul over the line.
Outside.
Oh, now they have to think all over again.
Carry back.
Clongowes. Little chip down the tram lines. Good chase, and what a gather. Brilliant, brilliant. And there's that roll you talk about, Aidan. Gave his players time to get there. That secured the possession. Prevents the steal. St. Michael's is straight offside here.
Offside offensive.
And Clongowes, McDermott, he's been a thorn in the St. Michael's defensive side all through this game. Ball floated out to Sylvester. He decides to kick, but slipped before he could get the kick through. And he's twisted his knee as well. He stayed down, but they go back for the penalty.
This surface, it's the only thing about the surface. Surface is absolutely fantastic for play like this, which, as we see the replay. Look at that take.
Number 2 offside.
That's the substitute, Fionn Madden. Brilliant chase, brilliant take. And there we go. Barrett rushing up before the ball was out.
And that's Rowan Osborne's genius again. That's what we talked about. He tempts players out of the line. He doesn't just look up and take a step. He looks up and he looks at the players, and they come out of the line. Either gets a penalty or he gets somebody else into the line.
Well, just looking at the way they're treating Sylvester, it doesn't look like he's had a twist of the knee. That looks like a muscular problem. They're just trying to stretch.
Toulouse had a surface like this very, very early. 15 years ago, Toulouse were one of the first teams. They would not train on it. They would only put the junior teams on it and let them come up, train on it the whole time, because there was so many injuries. And you know, Lansdowne Rugby Club have it at the moment. They've had it for the last 5-6 years, and you do see a lot of ankle and knee injuries. That's the only bad side of a pitch like this.
Well, Clongowes have found touch, didn't take on too much distance. Finding the touchline was all important there. They want to stay in control of this game. The 6-point lead.
You see a lot of cramps as well coming in, because you do extend yourself more than ever in a cup match like this. That little bit of extra energy you pull from anywhere in your body, and you start seeing cramps coming in players.
Yeah, they all have to. There's a lot of them going through their stretches here. Clongowes, I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Clongowes used all their bench in the win against Castleknock. And that will probably stand to them today as they begin to empty the bench if they're forced to do so.
And the longer this waits like this, the more panic that will come into the Michaels side.
Let's go, Davey.
Here's the all-important try. Look at that, it was great work by Osborne. There was nobody. The change of direction from Lappin, he came charging through. The defence is on the drift across from Osborne's run.
See, he's always a threat himself. If he's not a quick player, if he's not a quick scrum half, it's not as much a threat, but he can go himself as well, so that you have to watch him in the defence.
Right here.
And Clongowes now all back to their feet. The water carriers and medical staff will head off the pitch. It's been a nice break for Clongowes. John Maloney will throw to the line. He's the Clongowes captain. Has he led his side to a famous win against the favourites? He's found his man. That's Daniel O'Mahony in the line out.
Watch your feet now, watch your feet.
All controlled at the back. Clongowes edging forward and not forced to play the ball until it stopped. Now they have to get it away. Osborne to Glynn, lovely flat pass with the ball just ripped loose. Did it go forward? I thought Lappin was away. Just went marginally forward when it was ripped loose. And the possession changes. Here we see it again. A lovely pass, beautifully timed. And yeah, that's forward. The body momentum carrying the ball forward. Looks like Clongowes are making ready with Thomas Monaghan.
The distribution from both sides, from 9-10, has been absolutely second to none. Putting players through space, and that's up to them as well as the runner. The runner has to, yes, run at the space, but the passer has to make it.
Interesting one here, the switch in the pack. You saw the blue scrum half of a scrum cap of Connors, the blind side. He was acting as the scrum half just to offer protection against the break from Deegan, and he did well. St. Michael's. Is this going to be their final chance? It's an awkward ball bobbling around the ground. The effort to scoop it up didn't work. It's turnover, it's advantage. Osborne gets the pass away, he was under pressure. Clongowes, plenty of players there in support. But St. Michael's without the ball, little chip over the top into the 22. It's a jump, who's going to win it? back on the St. Michael's side. Key win of possession there, under a lot of pressure. But St. Michael's, 80 metres they have to go. They decided to kick away possession on this occasion, and have a look. Now there's room here. Can Clongowes move it wide quickly? This is McCrahan. Great tackle. James Hickey was there to bring down the big number 8. Connors, he can inject a bit of pace. Brought down just outside the 22. And the support came with the clear out. Clongowes now playing with their tails up here. On the burst comes Nicholas Rinkin. Will they chance the drop goal? There's no sign of Glynn going back into the pocket. That was great work by Will Connors once again. Oh, they go to the big prop forward. Rinkin once again, he couldn't wriggle his way through. Osborne tries that flat pass, but it's been knocked on. And a chance to come on the counter-attack. Big tackle on Maloney before he could get up ahead of steam, but Michaels have men lined up here. Can they convert it into pace? Listen to the noise as that pass forward. That one might be referee allowing it to go on. But they all look a little bit forward, but on each occasion the referee is perfectly in line. Disarray for the Clongowes defence. It just requires composure and concentration. St. Michael's, well, they've got the ball out wide now, but the Clongowes defence has regrouped. Whistle blows.
No advantage offside.
No advantage accruing. Clongowes were offside. They come back for the penalty.
Is it too little too late though, John? There was man after man after man. Just some slow passing, and you see the turnover coming there, and you were right, the drop goal was the play.
Well, this is where the space was created. Somehow the passes went back. That one looks forward, maybe. What the referee will have to say was perfectly up with play. I was half expecting the whistle to go for a forward pass, and I kept my eyes on him, but he was right with the play all the time. Brian O'Mara trying to get a message out to the players. Clongowes, the medical staff are on for them. Both sides are out on their feet here, Aidan.
Absolutely, and for any young players watching there, when you're overlapped like that, take a player out. Tackle him anyway. If you're in two minds, tackle a player, because he can't get into support play then afterwards.
Reversal of a blood substitution here. Tim Burke comes back on. Jack Moore makes way. There will be time for a line out if St. Michael's can find touch here.
10 metres.
There's barely a nail left here in Donnybrook. All the looking around, the parents chewing away at their nails.
You still on, John?
What a contest.
Yeah.
Well, the clock in the ground has been stopping with the referee here. It's saying 65 minutes, 26 seconds, so 4.5 minutes left if that clock is right.
Talk about playing to your strengths as well. This is where they are very, very strong.
Well, can they maul at 22 metres is the real question. Gavin Barrett with the line-out throw. First thing, find his man. Dowling and Deegan towards the front. They lift and find Deegan. Quickly into shape for that maul. This is where St. Michael's are strong. Have Clongowes got an answer? The ball is back to Fitzpatrick at the base. They wriggle left and wriggle right. All the bodies tumble to the ground now, but Michaels managed to keep the ball carrier. They look to form again. And a breakaway by Deegan. Clongowes almost caught unawares there. They've stolen the ball now. They need to get support to the ball carrier. They do so. Great work from Clongowes Wood. They've turned it over at a key moment. Will that mean the St. Michael's heads will drop? Murray left-footed drills it, doesn't find touch, and a chance for St. Michael's to come once again. Quickly through the hands, they can create an overlap here. Oh, what a brilliant tackle. Michael's quickly back to their feet. They come the other direction now. Byrne moves it on. That was Duffy, the substitute prop with possession. Sets up a good platform. Byrne tries a little rubber kick through. Sylvester's back there. Fumbles it into touch. Wasn't a knock on. But it's a very, very dangerous field position here. Fitzpatrick, or Sylvester rather, just couldn't scoop it up.
Choice. Score more line out.
Good time to be injured on the Clongowes side. Captain Maloney.
Now Maloney's receiving some attention off camera at the moment. but it's a line out 12-15 metres out from the Clongowes line.
When the turnover came, that ball needs to find the third row in the stand. It needs to be out of dodge, taking away all the pressure. When you have a turnover like that, and
John Maloney receiving some attention there. He was down a few moments ago. And Clongowes will want to keep their captain on the pitch. Lead by 6 points here. St. Michael's supporters, they got the chance to sing at the end of the game against St. Mary's. Will they get the chance again today? They're doing everything to lift their side. Maloney's back on his feet.
Now we do know Clongowes can defend these. There was a moment in this second half, right at the start of the second half, Clongowes defended one immaculately. It's time to do that again.
Well, the line-out just taking a while to form here. St. Michael's come up now. Well, clean take in the line once again. Well, the first surge is brought down. Clongowes back to their feet quickly. Here comes St. Michael's, though. They've set up a good wedge. Again, they go to ground. It's been pulled down. Penalty advantage. Here comes St. Michael's, though. They drive once again. They get the ball to the back. 7-8 metres out. Can they make it all the way? Desperate defence from Clongowes Wood. It's edge left, the edge right, just looking for some weakness. They're closer and closer to that line. Has Maloney got his hands on the ball, still playing a penalty advantage. The ball has gone to ground. Moved a little bit wide. There's going to be a penalty coming anyway, but there may not be time for more than that. Is there an opportunity? Duggan gets the ball away. If Clongowes can move it wide, they will be thinking maybe. If they're thinking, if there's any room to think, they need the conversion. They don't want to go too wide here. Brilliant first up tackle. Clongowes managed to get somebody wide. And if St. Michael's get over, the conversion will be needed. It's a 6-point margin. Clongowes keeps St. Michael's out on this occasion. Duffy, just a little bit of slip. Good work for him. They're going to keep it among the big men. Pick and go once again. Clongowes manages to hold the tackle. Here comes the surge once again. 5 metres from the line. They're nearly under the post this time. That's where they want to get the touchdown. Drifting a little bit to the right-hand side. Shouts to go the other way now. Duggan goes to the big man. Michael's piling over the ball. The referee looking to make sure Clongowes are onside. Advantage over is the call here. Can Clongowes get in and disrupt the possession? Not on this occasion. Duggan, he's not letting his forwards get too far away from the post. Clever play from the scrum half. Has a little look again, goes to Byrne. Byrne attempts to step, but he's well tackled. Driven backwards, Clongowes drive in. They don't go off their feet. Is there an overlap wide here? Dancing feet from Tom Maloney. Couldn't get back inside the tackles. The clock is edging towards 70 minutes in the ground. If it's the same time as the referee Barry O'Keefe has. St. Michael's, can they sense and find a weakness in this Clongowes side? It's been a terrific battle of wills here. The referee shouts at the Clongowes tackler to release. St. Michael's edging closer and closer. How tired are the two sets of bodies out there? The adrenaline will be up for St. Michael's. They can sense that try line. But can they get across? One error here and it's all over. Clongowes will go through. Pick and go once again. I don't think they'll go through the hands again. Duggan looking for another surge. He's in protecting the ball this time. No sign the scrum half wants to pass. Is there a chance of a steal here? Clongowes appealing. They come the other direction. Will they use the upright to ground the ball? You mentioned that earlier, Aidan. Out to Byrne. Little short pass. Drive for the line. Good effort. There's competition. I don't think the tackler released. It's back. Another dip of the shoulder and goes. Clongowes somehow keeping St. Michael's out here. They need to keep clear heads. Is there a player got ahead of the ball carrier on that occasion? The ball squirts out. Michaels managed to retain possession. They don't knock on or fumble. Barry O'Keefe having a long look at this. Still St. Michael's go. The clock has ticked past 70 in the ground. Fitzpatrick got in possession. Then he drive for the line. The support came to get over the ball from St. Michael's and keep this chance alive. It's their final chance, and the chance is gone. Listen to the roar of Donnybrook from the Clongowes supporters. What defence from Clongowes Wood, Aidan. They stuck to their task. St. Michael's threw everything at them. They're under the post. Has anyone got the strength to find the touchline with the penalty kick?
What
they didn't bother with the
what a game.
Kicked over the dead ball line. Barry O'Keefe blows the final whistle. We have witnessed a cracker here, Aidan.
Absolutely. One of the best games of schools rugby I've ever seen. Fantastic play. So sorry for the Michaels team. Such potential there.
Look how much it means. They put in a huge effort. That's Johnny Glynn. They're bruised and they're bandaged. They can't believe it. The Clongowes players gave absolutely everything in defence. It's just been an incredible game of rugby. What a
the feats of heroism from so many of those Clongowes players. How many phases do we see at the end? They were camped, not at 20 metres out, 5 metres out, 3 metres out. Unbelievable defence from every player, and the discipline in defence was phenomenal.
Well, there's tears from the winning side, and I can understand that they are absolutely drowned. That was just a superb game of rugby, and 5 tries on the plastic surface. We saw everything. Great attack, great defence, but that last passage of play, there's Mulcahy. You just saw going off picture there a moment ago. Hopefully he'll be okay for the next round. He knows he's witnessed something special here. What an effort from the Clongowes side.
Great game by that man Sylvester as well. One of the 4th years in this team. Great game. Big day for him because he was a Michaels player as well.
We'll throw down the pitch side. Ben has Noel McNamara, the Clongowes coach.
Thanks, John. Well, joining me now is a very happy and relieved Noel McNamara. Noel, an incredible finish to the game. You must be very pleased at how your team held on at the end.
Yeah, listen, I'm absolutely delighted to be in the next round. I think, to be honest about it, we were hanging on by our fingernails there at the end, but it's a testament to the character and commitment that this team have shown throughout the year, and to be honest, I'm just absolutely delighted for them.
And in a game that was so evenly fought, what do you feel swung in for your team in the end?
Oh, listen, St. Michael's are an absolutely fantastic team, and you know, have been throughout the year. At the end of the day, it's a cup game. It's on any given Sunday, if you excuse the cliche. But you know, today we came out on top. I think we had fantastic character, fantastic grit. I'm delighted with our team, and you know, that's it really.
Now you're after knocking out one of the pre-tournament favourites. That must give you some confidence going into the semi-finals and onwards.
Oh, listen, you know, I don't pay much attention to favourites or underdogs as far as I'm concerned, and we're concerned. They're just words. We were coming into this game. We knew we'd a serious chance, and we took it. So you know, as I said, fair play to Michaels. They're a fantastic side. You know, we look forward to the next round.
Well, best of luck in the semi-finals. I'm also joined now by winning captain John Maloney. John, how tough was it out there holding on those last few minutes?
Oh my God, I thought we'd never do it. You know, it was a complete battleground out there, but. You know, fair play to both teams. You know, it showed what really cup rugby is about. And at the end of the day, you know, one person has to come out on top, and it was literally the bounce of the ball that was the difference.
And I mentioned to your coach Noel about St. Michael's were one of the pre-tournament favourites, and you managed to knock them out. That must give you serious confidence now going forward.
Yeah, but we don't really pay much attention to that. Really, it was at the end of the day, it was 2 teams coming in to contest it, and 1 team came out on top at the end of the day. So,
thanks very much for that, John. Back up to you.
Thanks very much indeed, Ben. Well, the Clongowes side, the victorious side, trot down in front of their supporters. They deserve the praise they're going to get. They'll go back to school this evening. I'd say there'll be a bit of a party down in Clane this evening. The final score here at Donnybrook: Clongowes Wood 19, St. Michael's 13.